Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for joining us today on a joint webinar between ProjectSight and Pype. We're very excited and happy to have you here. So, again, thank you all very much for joining today. My name is Matt Sprague, and I'm a Senior Product Marketing Manager here at Trimble, and I'm joined today with Satyam Verma, Head of Strategic Partnerships at Pype. And we're here to talk about the new integration and partnership between Pype and ProjectSight. I know that we have attendees ranging from ProjectSight customers to Pype customers, potential customers, and variations and combinations in between. With that in mind, the main purpose of today's webinar is to walk away with a deep understanding of the integration between Pype and ProjectSight and the value that it creates. However, we would be remiss if we didn't provide a basic understanding of both platforms. So I'll begin with a short kind of synopsis of what ProjectSight is, and then I'll be able to hand it over to Satyam at that time, and he'll be able to do the same thing for Pype and then get into the integration overview. And then we'll have time at the end for the conclusions and the Q&A. So with that, I will we'll say goodbye to Satyam for a second, and I will kind of start walking us through some of the pieces for ProjectSight. So I'm guessing that it's not a surprise to you all, but just in case, ProjectSight is a construction project management software. The main areas of functional focus for ProjectSight are models and drawings, budget and cost management, document control, and field management. ProjectSight is an ISO certified cloud-based solution hosted on AWS. To speak candidly, ProjectSight is Trimble's next generation of contractor project controls. We are building off of the market expertise and created by years of experience with Prolog. With that in mind, ProjectSight has been built from the ground up to be priced competitively. If you talk to a lot of our customers, especially those that converted from a competitor, you'll understand the cost savings that we have been able to provide to them. But also it's meant to be scalable and secure, easy to use, and it comes with unlimited data storage. ProjectSight can be implemented out of the box. However, like many of our customers, specific customizations are desired, and we're more than happy to accommodate. ProjectSight is easily configured to the needs of the individual organization. So what exactly does out of the box mean? So as I mentioned before, ProjectSight has everything you would expect from a project management solution: models and drawings, budget and cost management, which includes the ability to track and manage changes, document control, things like RFIs and submittals, and field management, where you can track quality and safety. We also provide configurable dashboards and a file library. And let's not forget, ProjectSight includes Trimble Connect, our collaboration environment that enables architects, engineers, contractors, owner-operators to collaborate on building projects. So, which brings me to my last 3 points. So I told you this would be brief, and I'm doing my best to do so. This brings me to my last 3 points before I segue over to Satyam and Pype introduction. The term connected construction is being thrown all around the industry. But what exactly does connected construction mean? Well, we in Trimble defined the goal of connected construction as the ability to deliver the right data to the right person at the right time. So Trimble has a clear vision for connected construction, and the example being demonstrated today between ProjectSight and Pype is a singular example of what will be infinite connections that can make between hardware and software and even manufacturers. So what is it that only Trimble can do? Well, we have an amazing and unique opportunity to truly digitize the industry. On the right-hand side, you can see a few examples of Trimble's devices and equipment. Over 500,000 pieces are in the field day in and day out collecting data. So imagine a day when you don't need to even think about a daily report or as-builts or think about submittals or why a 3D model could not include the material information and other supporting materials. So we're not raising specific questions on the organizational level, but rather focusing on true innovation. All of what I just mentioned are ideas, of course, but we have a great opportunity to make it happen with integrations and partnerships like the one we are discussing here today. So in addition to today's topic, we are leading the way with realized connections already happening. After we acquired eBuilder, which is almost 3 years ago now, we built the first set of connections between ProjectSight and eBuilder. If you're not familiar with eBuilder, it's the program management solution serving over $800 billion in active capital construction projects. It is specifically designed for owners. On the other side, you can see ProjectSight, which is specifically designed for contractors. To address one of the main challenges reported both by owners and contractors, we built the integration. This way, both organizations can avoid duplicate data entry. Our goal is to eliminate the duplicate data entry and the inefficiencies and the risks that it creates. My last slide. Lastly, and as promised, here is the segue over to Satyam to talk about Pype. ProjectSight's API allows you to create integrations that fit the needs, your needs, and your processes. ProjectSight is built to integrate. This part has been a crucial component of our product from day one. It has an open API. You will get access to that along with the product, and it facilitates partnerships and integrations like the one we are here to discover today. So with no further ado, I would like to hand over the presentation to my friend Satyam.
So understanding the importance of the integration that we're going to talk about is really important. But in order to do that, we really need to understand the different pieces of the workflow that Pype touches on. Specifically, the integration with ProjectSight is based around the AutoSpecs platform, which is helping thousands and thousands of project teams really understand what is in their project documentation and more specifically their project specifications. You can use a platform like AutoSpecs during the bid phase to understand what your most important pieces of items are, what are your long lead items, and what you really need to focus on, and carry that into the actual project so that you're spending more time actually addressing potential issues on your project, not purely just analyzing the documentation itself. We have comprehensive filters that allow teams to narrow down to what is most important. And we also allow teams to focus on closeout from day one by not only identifying what those requirements are, but by giving them a very clear understanding and the ability to review and verify that information with the design team at the beginning of the project, as opposed to committing errors, having to have additional change orders, RFIs, and what eventually leads to rework with issues that could have just been fixed if you addressed them at the beginning of a project. Now, as part of the larger ecosystem of Pype, AutoSpecs has a couple of complementary products as well, one of which is Smart Plans. In AutoSpecs, we allow you to analyze product specifications. In Smart Plans, we're actually allowing you to analyze project drawings. This is something that is extremely tedious. Teams spend a numerous amount of hours simply just identifying submittals that might have been put into a note section within their drawings, or what product schedules actually exist, as well as they're spending a lot of time transcribing those from the actual drawings into an Excel sheet or into any other sort of system that they may have. Smart Plans is automatically going to identify not only which product schedules exist within that document or set of drawings, but it will also automatically direct you to that page and give you the ability to extract that into an Excel sheet. Once again, really empowering your teams to focus on the data, leverage their knowledge and their experience, not simply be a data entry operator into an Excel sheet or project management system. And lastly, we take a kind of proactive approach with closing out a project with our closeout platform that not only helps you manage your relationship with your trades and your contractors, but also collect all project documentation for closeout and build a very simple and clean turnover package. Now, what does this partnership and integration look like between Pype and ProjectSight? It makes life a lot simpler for everybody, because everybody has been in that situation where they're building an Excel sheet, or they either have to manually enter this information into a project management system after having just spent a lot of time building that log itself. Well, with our new API-based integration, you will be able to upload your set of specs within the Pype AutoSpecs software, analyze them, narrow them down to what you really want to manage or focus on, and with just a couple of clicks, push that directly into ProjectSight. Now, as we had talked about earlier, ProjectSight does have the ability to be customized, and we can fit right into that customization. You work with our teams together, and we talk about what are the different maybe submittal types or nomenclatures or the way you like to number your submittals, let's just say. And we're able to mirror that so that your teams don't have to worry about those small changes every project. You're allowed to just simply push and move on with what they really need to focus on. It also gives you the ability to be granular in what you are pushing and focusing on. We all maybe are working within a package, or we know that certain things are finalized while other things are not. Well, we can batch import things. We take care of the possibilities or errors that happen with duplication, and we don't allow that to happen, which once again is allowing your team to take the time away from focusing on smaller technical issues and focus more on, once again, leveraging their knowledge and leveraging their experience to make the project as successful as possible. So with that, it's a very short and clear integration. I encourage anybody who wants to actually see it in action to reach out to us. It's something that can be implemented within the matter of hours, right? We're not talking about days or weeks here. And now I think we're open to some questions as well as bringing Matt back into the fold.
Thanks, Satyan. So question is, as an owner, how would I get a design builder to adopt it? So do you have any experience there, Satyan, between a design builder and the potential of adopting this use?
Well, it's interesting that we're bringing up from the viewpoint of an owner, because it's actually something we've been working on quite a bit. We have a really strong relationship when it comes to hospitals and data center owners, because when you have this level of insight into such complex and critical delivery projects, having the level of data insight and data standardization can really bring a different level of value to the game. And the way we've seen owners successfully bring in their design builders into the fold, and the most effective way, most directive way is to spec it out. That's really how you get the ultimate level of adoption. You will find if you try to do that, there might be some friction there that you need to solve by strong adoption, implementation, and training. But there's also just looking at the case studies that we've done and having that conversation with design your partners, because I think that's what we don't see happen a lot. Is I think if you have the conversation and you talk about the value that the tech is going to provide, a lot of times it's going to provide the same amount of value to your contractor as well, and so they'll see the benefit as well. But my answer would be spec it out and see that value yourself.
Yeah, right. So one other question says that this looks great for prime contractors. I'm curious on some examples on how a large firm, GCCM, that's not directly responsible for submittals like their subs are, could, sorry, the question got cut off, could leverage a tool like this.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so that is true. A lot of times you do see the submittals getting passed on to the prime contractor to really figure that out. But in the end, it is the general contractor or CM firm to ensure that things are being done correctly. Most rework stems from the lack of understanding or missing something that came out of these project documents. Honestly, our largest clients are the largest GCs and CM firms in the nation, because they are seeing a very clear impact it can have on the amount of change orders and RFIs that are being produced on a project by getting it done right the first time when you're actually going through those project requirements. And in the end, that leads to a reduction in rework.
Gotcha. One more question currently. And you alluded to this in terms of being able to setting up the integration doesn't take long, but I think this question refers to getting Pype adopted and implemented. So essentially, how much time would it take my team to adopt and implement?
Assuming that you guys want to use it, adopting and getting up and running is maybe a 30-minute process, and that's the beauty of our system. It's very user-friendly. It's accessible from anywhere. You go in, you upload a document, and within minutes, you are able to see the results of the platform and push it into ProjectSight. So it's as simple as that.
Cool. So I think that is that's all the questions that we had, and I want to thank Satyam for joining us and giving us that rundown, and thank everybody for joining us today, and those people that asked the questions. Hopefully we answer them to a high standard. But obviously, if anybody has number one interest in ProjectSight, or one A and 1B interest in Pype, please reach out. We're happy to have a conversations, give more in-depth demos on any of these pieces, whether it's the integration or the platforms themselves, and how they interact with one another. We'll be happy to do so. So thank you all.
Thank you very much, Matt.
Very
I really
much.
appreciate it.
All right. Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.